Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 new tips that I have found that have worked great for my clients on how to manifest money effortlessly. So the first one, we're going to dive right in. As you can see on my board, the first one is naps. So I know you guys, if you've been following Abraham Hicks, Esther also often talks about sleeping and how sleeping can release your resistance. So when we are up and awake and moving throughout our day, our ego mind will comment, judge, critique, need to know, want to control. It will do this all day long, and it's exhausting. So when we take a nap or we meditate or we sleep, we are turning off that voice. And that voice breeds a certain feeling in our body. So when we're manifesting, we have to be in a certain frequency, a certain feeling, a certain vibration. So if you are thinking these thoughts, your mind is thinking these thoughts of resistance and how's it going to come? And I'm never going to have enough money, or how am I going to get out of debt? Or when is my dream person going to arrive? I'm so tired of this journey. That cycle of thought is creating a feeling in your vibration. But when you sleep, all of that goes away. And you are now this beautiful human just resting there, kind of floating in time and space. And your vibration is open and you're energetically open. And everything you have up in your vortex, I always like to picture as like a little bubble in the sky. So since you were a little kid, you've been dreaming of things. You've been imagining a certain person, money, whatever it is. And every time you think that thought, it's being put in that bubble. So all of your desires are up in this bubble. And when you're resting and you're sleeping, those things drop closer to you because there's no resistance pushing them away. That ego chatter is pushing it back into the bubble. So when you sleep, you're releasing that resistance. You're allowing it to come in. So imagine if you spent a whole week doing the minimum of your work and your passion. You're still feeling good. You're still feeling lit up, but you're really dedicating a full week to resting as much as you can, putting your body in that floating state where there's nothing happening, nothing too crazy good, nothing too crazy bad. You're just coasting. That's when it arrives. So every time I've manifested money, it's always after 3 or 4 days of lots and lots of napping and rest and sleeping late. And my body, sometimes we are energetically called to do it because our soul knows that something really, really good is coming and it wants to prepare us and it wants to let us have some rest first because you're about to have a lot of excitement. So the first one on our list, naps, okay? Nap as much as you can this week. We have an eclipse this week. There's a high energy. We need to be able to rest, recuperate. And if you think about it, we're not meant to work 8 hours a day. We are these beautiful light beings in these dense bodies. We need to be working 8 hours a day on self-care and then another 3 or 4 hours working to share our gifts and to attract more abundance, because we're living in a time, we're moving into that 4D, 5D energy where we're love and compassion. When we're in that frequency, money comes to us and we don't have to do much. Okay, you can manifest money out of thin air. Okay, second one, energetic plans. So I just had a client who manifested $100,000. $100,000. And she's a teacher, she's not out there doing some big business where she just made a huge revenue or anything. She's literally creating money out of thin air. Before she received her manifestation from her vortex, she was feeling a little bit overwhelmed with her debt. I think it was credit card debt. So she made this energetic plan. An energetic plan is when you don't take action, but energetically, you're like, I'm going to do this. You're like, I'm committing to this. It's like, you're going to like ask somebody to marry you, or you're going to ask them on a date. And then in the next few days before you do it, you just know that you're going to do it, right? So your energy shifts. You're not like in this, should I, shouldn't I? You are committed. Okay. So you're making an energetic plan to bring yourself more abundance. So she was in debt. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to take money from my retirement plan. I know it might not be ideal. Not everybody would do this. but it would relieve my suffering. In her mind, and she wrote on paper, she was taking money from her retirement fund and she was going to pay off that debt. Now, in the moment that she wrote that down, she saw her debt going away. It was an imaginal act. She was imagining how good it would feel to not see those cards, to not see those bills coming in, and she would only have, it would just show that her retirement fund was just not as big, but the debt would be gone. And that opened up so much space in her body, in her energy field, that guess what happened? Soon as she made that energetic plan, she did not do it. She did not go and take money. But because she opened up her field, the vortex connected. Everything aligned. She got a phone call. A family member wanted to gift her $100,000, no strings attached. Please take the money, do what you want with it. I don't want you to pay me back. I just want you to have this money. Okay, so a lot of my clients are having this experience that when they're committing to making their life a little bit more, they're just bringing more relief to their energy field around money. They're taking action in their mind and in their body about it. So it's like kind of like they're being delusional. They're not looking at their 3D reality and they're making plans to make changes, but they're never really doing it. And it works. Okay. And then the third one is be open to follow through. Say you get a call, right? And somebody asks you to go somewhere. Your first thought is like, okay, this is something new. I got to be a yes guy or a yes girl. The universe is always working through people. So maybe this is something. And you say yes to it. And it's on a Wednesday. Tuesday night, you're laying in bed, you're going, I kind of don't want to go. When you like change your mind last minute and you kind of chicken out, don't do that. Your mind will jump in, your ego will jump in and find all these reasons to keep you in your box, to keep you not getting out there to receive something from your vortex. And the universe is like, hey, we just sent you this person to go out with on Wednesday. Go, because you're about to get $10,000 somehow from this person. You just can't see it yet. So when you get invites, when new things are coming into your world and you're kind of scared to try something new, or even just to go to a lunch with somebody, go. Do not shoo it away. Don't let your mind talk you out of it the night before. When you are doing that, that's not having discipline. Most of my clients who kind of chicken out and don't do that, they're the type of client that can't consistently eat healthy. They don't consistently work out. They're constantly falling off track. It's because they're letting their ego talk them out of it. Your soul wants you to go. And you know it because your first response was like, okay, yeah. But then you think about all the reasons why you shouldn't go. I'm not going to feel good, or I don't have time for this, or I have to do this for my family. No, you take action and you follow through. When you follow through on things, you start to see how the universe uses all of these people, places, and things to bring you your desires. And here's an example. One of my friends was purchasing a home and she had no plans on selling her house and buying a new home. And one day, one of her friends was like, hey, there's this house available in this neighborhood that she kind of always wanted to be in, but she just never really thought it was possible. It's like a dream home, really expensive. It's closer to where her kids would go to school, I believe. And it was brought to her. She had to follow through. So somebody jumped into her phone. Hey, this house is available. She then had to take action and say, okay, husband, what do you think about going to look at this house with us? I know it's out of our price range, but I really feel like we should go. They went, they looked at it, they loved it. They started to make changes in their house to get it ready to be sold. And fast forward later, 3 months later, there was a lot of hiccups, a lot of setbacks, but every time she had a setback, she would see a sign from her father that had passed away. She would see all these angel numbers and she would get bad news. And I would text her and say, hold the line. This all did not happen for no reason. We are meant to go through this roller coaster of a ride to learn the system. So she was learning to keep following through and to not fall back and give up. She could have seen the first setback. I think there was something with like the inspection of the house. She could have stopped and just quit and was like, no, I don't want to do this. Let's just stay in the house. Let's stay comfortable. But no, she followed through and she kept going. She texted me yesterday and she said they sold her house and she bought the new house. She had to put out $5,000 in order to help with fixes and stuff. So she was panicked about that. And I was like, hold the line. You're okay. You're going to get double that back. Universal flow with money. Whatever you put out, the world is round. It comes right back to you. And sometimes it comes back to you double, triple. Okay, so being mindful that when there's a setback, it's right before a breakthrough. She sold her house, she moved into the new house, and guess how much money she made off of the sale of her house? $80,000. Unheard of. She was not expecting that at all. So this whole time, she was living in her house, had no intention of moving. Somebody brought it to her because the universe knew where she would be happier. The universe was like, we need to get her into this house in this neighborhood with her family. How can we get her there? We're going to send this friend into her phone and say, hey, this house is available. Then we're going to give her this little anxiety to get her moving on it. Then we're going to send her to Michelle. Michelle's going to give her Reiki and teach her how to do it and follow the signs and to not follow through. Let me repeat that, to not follow through. I taught her to stay consistent and to stay in it. Even when things seem to be falling apart, you stay and you hold the line because good things are always happening for us and around us all the time. We just have to hold that faith. So I've had so much success with my clients and with my own life, with napping, with making energetic plans and being open to following through and not giving up on the journey. So if you're trying to manifest money, start doing these 3 things. Start making a plan that you know you might not take action on, but it's going to free up space in your body to be like, okay, I could probably take action on this and it would make me feel better. So let me just write it in my journal and then see what the universe brings me in the next few days. Last little tip, pay attention to your dream space. Before I received a big lump sum of money, I had a dream that I scanned a lottery ticket and I won. I had a dream of a woman opening a door saying, Michelle, there's people that want to give you money. Open your abundance pathways. And then I woke up and I was like, wow, that happened in the same night, the lottery and the woman saying that. So my subconscious was telling me that, yes, your vortex is getting closer. Things are starting to fall in. So open up those arms, get ready to receive. So pay attention to your dream space because your dreams will start to indicate when things are coming and then track it. See how many days ago you had the dream to when your manifestation arrived. All right, lovies, I hope this helped you. I do one-on-one coaching. I do a mentorship program. If you need help manifesting money, I am your girl. We are manifesting money out of thin air. You don't have to work for it. You just have to work on your frequency and your vibration. Nap as much as you can and receive all that you can. All right, lovies, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.